You have come together in this church so that the Lord may seal and strengthen your love in the presence of the church's minister of this entire community. Christ abundantly blesses this love. He has already consecrated you in baptism, and now he enriches you and strengthens you by a special sacrament so that you may assume the duties of marriage in mutual and lasting fidelity. And so in the presence of the church, I ask you to state your intentions. Brendan and Christine, have you come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage?
I have.
Will you love and honor each other as man and wife for the rest of your lives?
I will.
Will you accept children lovingly from God and bring them up according to the law of Christ and his church?
I will.
Since it is your intention to enter into marriage, I now ask you to join your right hands and to declare your consent before God.
I, Brendan, take you, Christine, to be my wife. Promise to be true to you, in good times and bad, in sickness and health. I'll love you and honor all days of my life.
I, Christine, take you, Brendan, to be my husband, and promise to be true to you in good times and bad, and in sickness and health. I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
Lord, bless these rings which we bless in your name, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Grant that those who wear them may always have a deep faith in you and in each other. May they do your will and always live together in peace, goodwill, and love. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Christine, take this ring, sign my woman's fidelity. In the name of the Father, and of the Son.
Brendan, take this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Eucharistic prayer to extend one of the most treasured blessings in the church, the nuptial blessing. So I ask in a moment here that God send His grace upon you in a powerful way. Join me now just in silence to stir together our prayers. Holy Father, you formed man in your own image, male and female you created them, so that as husband and wife, united in body and heart, they might fulfill their calling in the world. O God, which revealed the great design you formed in your love, willed that the love of spouses for each other should foreshadow the covenant you graciously made with your people, so that by fulfillment of the sacramental sign, the mystical marriage of Christ with His church might become manifest in the union of husband and wife among the faithful. Graciously stretch out your hand over these, your servants, Brendan and Christine. We pray and pour into their hearts the power of your Holy Spirit. Grant, O Lord, that as they enter upon this sacramental union, they may share with one another the gifts of your love, and by being for each other a sign of your presence, become one heart and one mind. And they also sustain, O Lord, by their deeds, the home they are forming, and prepare their children to become members of your heavenly household by raising them in the way of the gospel. Graciously crown with your blessings your daughter Christine, so that by being a good wife and mother, she may bring warmth to her home with a love that is pure, and adorn it with welcoming graciousness. Bestow a heavenly blessing also, O Lord, on Brendan, your servant, that he may be a worthy, good, and faithful husband and a provident father. Grant, Holy Father, that desiring to approach your table as a couple joined in marriage in your presence, may they one day have the joy of taking part in your great banquet in heaven. We ask all of this through Christ our Lord. Amen. The peace of the Lord be with you always. Let us offer each other the sign of peace. respond amen to each of these invocations. God, the eternal Father, keep you in love with each other, so that the peace of Christ may stay with you and be always in your home. Amen. May your children bless you, your friends console you, and all people live in peace with you. Amen. May you always bear witness to the love of God in this world, so that the afflicted and the needy will find in you generous friends and welcome you into the joys of heaven. Amen. And may Almighty God bless you all, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. It's now my distinct privilege to introduce to all of you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Brendan and Christine Cody.
First and foremost, I want to congratulate Christine and Brendan on their marriage. This is one of the biggest days of your life, and we're very happy to share with you. I want to thank Father Scott for being with us today. Your homily was outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you very much, Father. Brendan, on behalf of Diane, Bobby, Katie, Christine, Mike, Joseph, and Maria, I want to welcome you to your new immediate family. We look forward to spending time with you and Christine as a couple, and I selfishly look forward to spending time with you, Bobby, Mike, Joseph, and any other boys that may come along. Doing guy stuff. Lots of guy stuff. I would also officially like to welcome you to your new two extended families. The Zakrajik family, hailing from Sartell, Minnesota, and the Omen family, hailing from St. Stephen, Minnesota. There's lots of good Slovenians in those two clans. I have no doubt you will be welcomed with open arms. No question. Thank you to the Zakrajik family, Cody family, Fowles, and the Omen family, and all of our friends for joining us today. You have come from near and far. You've made arrangements for your kids, travel plans, accommodations, the list goes on and on. There are hundreds of things you could be doing today, but you chose to be with us, and I'm truly humbled by your presence. Frankly, I don't know what I would do without family and friends. When we were looking at the guest list with Christine, with Christine and Brendan, they told us they have 62 friends, not including the wedding party that responded that they were coming. I didn't say anything at the time, but later I asked Diane, who in the world has that many friends? Diane probably said, well, they do. Okay. This tells us that people love you, care about you, and that makes us very proud. This also tells us a lot about your friends. So thank all 62 of you for being here. Wedding party. That's a good looking table. Thank you for being there for Christine and Brendan. You are their front line. I'm sure there are many situations that came up over the years that did not make it to mine, Diane's, Tom, or Judy's ear. Probably better that way. You were there for them because you cared about them, and for that I thank you. I encourage you as time passes, you stay in touch, remain friends, and be great siblings. Okay, getting there. A few years ago, Christine asked me to teach her to golf. I thought, geez, she wants to spend time with me. And I was happy to teach her some basics. So, after a few backyard lessons, we hit the driving range, we graduated to the golf course. This spanned several months and we were spending some good time together. All was going well. A few more weeks passed and I got wind Christine was dating this guy named Brendan. So after a few more weeks, Diane and I met Christine and Brendan as a couple for the first time. This is when I found out Brendan was an avid golfer. Well, needless to say, the light bulb turned on. It appeared my youngest daughter played me like a fiddle. I've been had, bamboozled. Well, it turns out in the end, I'm the one who shot under par, because I was able to teach Christine golf and I gained a son-in-law. Thank you. It's not working. Thank you, Tom and Judy, for raising a fine young man. Thank you. Christine, I did some math, and you have been with us for 10,280 days, 9 hours, and about 53 minutes. And we've been proud of you every second. You have been a joy to raise, and I will not change a thing. We look forward to the next phase of your life. It will be eventful, exciting, and a whole lot of fun. We love you. Thank you for coming, and enjoy the evening.
First of all, I'd like to, my name is Diane Oman, and I'm the mother of the bride. I'd like to thank Rolling Bridge and their staff for an amazing venue. So, please give them a round of applause. I just have a short, quick story about Christine growing up. When Christine was born, we had 2 other children. Bobby was 4, Katie was 2. And at the time, we only had a 2-bedroom house, so we had 3 kids in 1 bedroom. Well, I was so worried that the other kids were going to wake up, so every time Christine woke up, I rushed her out of there immediately. Well, that got old after a while, so John and I just decided that, well, she can just sleep in our bedroom. Well, 1 year turned to 2, 2 years turned to 3, and so forth. And she was about 6 years old. And there she was, Christine, John and I, all in the same bed. So John said to Christine, you know, Christine, one day it's going to be Mom and I, and you and your husband all in the same bed. And she said, okay. Brendan, I can assure you that we are not going to ask for a room key tonight.
Hi everyone, we are Shane and Dylan. We are Brendan's older and handsomer brothers.
It's true. First we want to thank John and Diane and Tom and Judy for everything you've done to make this weekend such a special event. It's been very memorable and I've had a great time. Thank you very much.
And of course, we'd also like to thank all the guests for making the trek out here to scenic central Minnesota. Thank you.
Christine, you look beautiful today, and we are excited to have you part of our family. You truly bring out the best in our little brother. You make him happier than we've ever seen him.
Brendan, you look fine, I guess. Pause for laughter. Please allow us now to take you all back to a time before Brendan met Christine. Believe it or not, he was not always the man he is today. Many years ago, Brendan was just our annoying little brother.
Growing up, the three of us each had our own bedroom for a while. When I was 10 and Shane was 8, we decided to merge resources and opted for bunk beds in one room and a couch, TV, and Nintendo in the other room. Needless to say, 4-year-old Brendan was not part of this equation.
So for several years, Brendan was always the annoying little bro that would come in and try to watch Power Rangers on our TV and sit on our couch, handing him a third unplugged Nintendo controller to try to make him think he was being included, only worked for so long.
Yeah, till he was about 16.
Yep.
To be fair, we didn't make Brendan's life very easy. We'd play pranks on him just because we knew he'd freak out with an over-the-top tantrum. Brendan, sorry for hiding in your closet with the TV remote and making you think it was broken that one time.
Yeah, and sorry for tying dental floss to everything on all your shelves to the doorknob so that when you open the door, everything came off all your shelves. Sorry, Mom and Dad, for that as well, I guess. Yeah.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few years, I came home from college for the first time at Thanksgiving and was surprised to see that my little brother had developed a sense of humor seemingly overnight. Mom or Dad would say something at dinner and Brendan would jump right in there with a well-timed sarcastic comment. Our little brother had grown up. We didn't see a lot of Brendan while he was in high school. That's where these fine gents to this side of the table came in. If you'd like any of their stories, they'll be on the dance floor later on.
During his early college years, I feel like Brendan and I actually shared a really special bond. There were nights that he actually went by my name. He had his friends call him Shane when they were out studying. He even wore a pair of glasses so he could look more like me. Yeah, it's flattering. And I think that trend lasted until somewhere around his 21st birthday.
Brendan and I owned a house together for a few years, which is where I was the first of the family to meet Christine when she came over to visit. Ever since they've been together, we've watched our once annoying little brother grow up into the mature, well-mannered man you all know and love today.
But in all sincerity, we are honest to be standing here by Brendan and Christine's side on this wonderful day. When the two of you are together, we can't help but see the joy and laughter you bring to each other's lives. We know that your future will be full of happiness and love. Christine, we couldn't imagine anyone more perfect for our little brother. We welcome you to the family and look forward to calling you our sister.
So, Brendan and Christine, thank you for including all of us on your special day. We sincerely love you both very much. So let's all raise a glass. Here's to the happy couple. Cheers.
Cheers.
Stroll down memory lane.
Yeah.
Nintendo
For a bit of that.
A little Nintendo land.
Christmas, you guys should
the same thing with NHL.
Welcome, everybody. My name's Katie McMahon. I am Christine's older sister. If we could just start with all the married couples or anyone who is married, can you please stand? All married couples, please stand. Or anyone who's married.
Yeah, that's you. Oh, groomsmen available. Car showing.
So if you've been married 10 years or less, please sit down. 10 years or less.
Oh, yeah.
Please sit.
Is it?
Okay, now 20 years. 20 years or less, please sit. Okay, 25 years or less, please sit. 30 years or less, please sit.
Wait, John.
35 years or less, please sit down. 40 years or less, please sit.
What year was it?
Any of 45 years or less? 45
One,
years?
that's not.
So Christine and Brendan, the only advice I have, just being married 6 years, is just take note from your marriage mentors. Brendan, you are just a wonderful match for my sister. You fit to our family. Just so thankful to have you as a brother-in-law. Christine, I'm just amazed at the woman that you've grown into. You're my baby sister, but I look up to you and admire you. Congratulations, you guys, and that's it.
Live mic.
It's on.
Hot take.
I'm Tom Cody. Thank you. Hold your applause. This is my wife, Judy, and we'd like to welcome you on behalf of the Codys and the Fowles family to this thing. A lot of you drove a long way and made a huge effort to get here. We want to thank you for that. Also, there'd be a heck of a lot more room if Christine's cousins left. The receiving line, if you're not a cousin, you're married to one, so that's cool. Brendan was an interesting kid. He was short-tempered, kind of ill-humored. He was kind of an obsessive control freak, but it's genetic. It's genetic. It was took after his mom. Dylan and Shane here were raised on PBS. They were reading Rainbow, Sesame Street. He was raised on ESPN Sports Center, and he became all about sports immediately. A true story though, the reason he's a golf professional today, I take just a little bit of credit. It's not about the golf. I gave him $50 to quit soccer when he was 8. Seriously, and he still claims I haven't paid him, right? But it was the best 50 I ever spent. I couldn't watch one more second of that terrible sport. So he said to me, could you let me play golf? And I said, absolutely. You'll have to watch. And he said, please don't. So that was a better deal. Brendan, on his calendar, there are 4 huge days. He is a sports freak. The NCAA Final Four is 1. The last day of the Masters is 2. Baseball opening day is 3. We always go together. And the 4th one is his fantasy football draft. I got news for you, bud. July 30th, you better work that into the program. Because here's the deal. I had tickets to some great game. I don't remember what it was. I call him up, he goes, I'm going to walk around the lake with Christine. I said, you're going to what? You know, like, these are pretty good seats. And he says, no, I'm walking with KO tonight. And I thought to myself, this is an awfully good omen. And she was a big difference in his life immediately. I don't think there's anything more satisfying for a mom and a dad than to watch their kid grow up. And especially to become the person he wants to be, the person we want him to be, and to become the best version of himself. And this girl right here, who I'm proud to call my daughter-in-law, has had a lot to do with that for him. Pretty cool. I don't know if you noticed today during the vows, but both of them really breathed a sigh of relief after they took the leap. Some of my friends are here. I've known some of these people for 50 years, and we used to come up to the granite quarries. Are we near them right now? Because I don't know where I am up here. But we used to swim in the quarries. I think it was illegal because there was barbed wire around the thing. And I'll tell you, it was scary because you go off these 15 or 20-foot cliffs and go into this beautiful water, but it really took a leap of faith to go off that baby. And maybe a Budweiser, you know. But I'll tell you what, I watched them do it today. They took a huge leap, and it's kind of like once you jump, you're in. I mean, you're not going back, team. So could we take 1 second and hope for them that their lives and their love not only enriches their life, but the lives of all of you. If their love is a true love and their life is a true life, it will reflect on all the people here that support and love you. Raise your glass. To Christine and Brendan, have a great night, but more importantly, it all starts next week, the real deal. So good luck with that. See you later.
Thanks, Dad. Christina, I would just like to thank everyone for coming tonight. Doesn't she look gorgeous, by the way? Everything here tonight is thanks to Christine, all her hard planning, hard work. Her parents, John and Diane, and Tom and Judy, couldn't have done this without you. Thanks again, Father Scott, for your help and guiding us to marriage today. Yeah, everyone have a good time. Dance is going to be outside after you finish dessert. Bar will be open. We'll have a fun night. Thanks, guys.